Hi, my name is Melissa Ewing. I'm with West Coast Therapy. I'm going to do some training today on respiratory. The respiratory system is cut into two separate sections. There's upper respiratory and lower respiratory. The upper respiratory starts through your nose, your mouth, your trachea. These are your sinuses. These are part of where you can get infections, colds, sinus infections, strep throat, laryngitis. These are common things that you get, and these are things that are spread through droplets, sneezing, coughing, by not washing your hands, sneezing into your hands and touching others. These are things you want to watch out for with your residents, to be very careful because it spreads fast. The other part is the lower respiratory. The lower respiratory is made up of the lungs and the bronchi. The conditions that you can get that affect that is TB, pneumonia, congestive heart failure, and that's all part of that affects the lower lungs. Often these infections start in the upper respiratory and they migrate down to the lower infection. Things that can be done to help your resident who's going through this is to encourage fluids, cold or hot, different kinds of soups, stuff that's soothing to the throat and that they'll keep ingesting either foods or fluids or getting nutrition. Popsicles, ice cream, anything. You might want to stay away from the ice cream or any milk products because it will increase the phlegm, but your goal is to keep the phlegm thin. Chronic conditions are COPD and congestive heart failure. The definition of a congestive heart failure is when you have excess fluid around the lungs, and that is a great place for bacteria to grow. The lungs get inflamed and obstructed by excess mucous membrane secretions. The cause are irritations from environmental, overactive immune systems from things they were exposed to when they were younger, and cigarette smoke. Heightened risk of infections due to excessive mucus or phlegm in the lungs, which create a warm, dark environment for bacteria to grow in. The key things to remember with these patients is, again, maintaining hydration, keeping the phlegm thin by increasing fluids, and keeping them away from irritants, staying inside when the humidity is high outside, and not going outside when it's over 90 degrees. These are things that will help their disease process not be exacerbated. One of your goals with respiratory is to make sure that you're using energy conservation. You want them to, they don't have a lot of energy like you and I have. We want them to conserve what they do have. So exercising, taking limited exercising, taking rest periods during the day, elevating their feet, not overeating. So I hope that answers some of your questions or concerns on respiratory. There's going to be some training questions that we're going to ask you. Training question, true or false? Your respiratory system is only made up of your lungs. Name 2 things that you can do as a caretaker to help decrease any exacerbation of the respiratory diseases. And 3, what are some of the diseases that cause upper respiratory infection?